Welcome back, you lovely bunch. Thanks for tuning again. I hope you're all doing good. I'm excited. Today is the first ride on the Sprint Alley disc with the new WheelTop EDS TX group set on it. So this is a completely wireless group set from a company called WheelTop. It is very cheap compared to SRAM and Shimano. This is the disc brake version. It is also available in the rim brake version. If you want to know more about this build, I did do a bike build video. I'll put that in a link down below. I also did an unboxing and a little first look at the EDS group set. If you want to check that out, that's down below as well. But today we're actually testing it out, seeing how it goes. I'm going to give you some honest feedback, and straight off the bat I'll give you a bit of feedback right away. The thing that I found out, this group set is great because there's a lot of adjustability, and you can have either 13 speed or 3 speed. But I think part of the problem, or an issue I've come into because of that adjustability, is that it's not as simple just to bolt on and set up as, say, SRAM or Shimano. And because of that adjustability, it does seem to make it a little bit niggly. It did take me quite a while to get the gears set up, and I'll be honest, they're not set up perfectly. They work, I can shift through all of them. There's no jumping, but there's a little bit of ticking. There needs to be a little bit of fine tuning. There's a lot of fine tuning you can do within the app, but honestly, after building this, I just wanted to get out and ride it, and I'll give it some fine tuning at a later date when I can sit down properly and I'm not like rushing it. So slightly more complex to set up than SRAM or Shimano, but not impossible, and it's working well enough to ride at the moment. So the first impressions are good, but let's see if those first impressions remain at the end of this ride. So let's go test this out. So just then I was trying to lose my chain. I was shifting as stupidly and as badly as I could just to see if the chain would drop. And I'm pleased to report there was zero chain drop there. It shifts up onto the big ring, down onto the small ring without any issues at all. I didn't expect it to be quite so good as it actually is. So the front mech seems to work very well indeed. So apparently, instinctively, I just go to a gravel ride, even though I'm very much not on a gravel bike. But how else will we test the chain drop and all that sort of stuff? Need to take it off-road. Obviously, you're going to take your road bike off-road. My rear derailleur is keeping the chain like nice and tight, so there's no chain slap on the rear stays. The gears are shifting, and this is like very gravelly, so yeah. So far so good. I have noticed a few little niggles with the shifting. I'll go more into them in a little bit. Right, so now we're back on some smooth road. I can finish what I was saying. So there have been a few niggles with the gears. I think because there's so much fine tuning you can do, that this isn't just a setup and it works perfectly. You need to do some fine tuning. So I do need to get in the app, and I need to like adjust the specific values for the gears, which is great in theory. The only issue is I have no idea what these values are, or what they should be, or what to change them to. So if you have any advice on that, please let me know. But I suppose the important thing is, does it shift? Yes, the answer is a very definite yes. It shifts fine. I've got it on casual mode, not race mode. So the ergonomics of these hoods, like, they feel really nice. They do feel quite similar to the Shimano DI2 ones. Like, they're small and nice, and you can get your hand like all the way around it, so you can get a good grip on it. So you can take the man off the gravel bike, but you can't take the gravel bike off of the man. I mean, that makes no sense at all. What I'm trying to say is, we're back on gravel. Why did I come this way? I mean, it's quiet, so it's nice. But damn, this is the wrong route. I mean, look at it. Nice, quiet, and smooth roads. Ooh. I love it. we're nearly 2 hours in, and I figured I'd give you a bit of an update. I've had no issues whatsoever with the shifting on this group set. It isn't like sitting perfectly in the gears at the minute, but I mean, that's due to me setting it up. And honestly, the refusal to like fine tune it and piss about with stuff because I wanted to go ride. I mean, I could have spent an extra like 10 minutes sorting it at home, but it wouldn't have been 10 minutes. You guys know when you want to do something quickly, it never ends up quick. So rather than like faff about with all the niggly bits, making it perfect, I've gone out riding, and honestly, it's so good. I'm genuinely impressed. So it isn't what I was expecting. I'll be honest, what I was expecting from this group set was a group set that wasn't quite as refined. It's something that wasn't like working perfectly, that it would be a little bit like niggly. And I have all the beliefs that it would be great after a few updates, but I did not think it'd be as good as it is. And that's just like my personal like prejudice, I guess, because it's not SRAM or Shimano, like that I expect it to be not as good. It's not as easy to set up, but the shifting once it is set up, I can pretty much tell will be exactly the same. Considering I didn't spend a long time setting this up, I feel that it's working very well indeed. And then throw the price in there, I mean, it just makes it quite appealing, right? I mean, if you are going to get this group set, you are obviously a home mechanic, or you're going to get someone to build your bike for you. And they aren't going to find it as easy and as straightforward to set up as a SRAM or Shimano one. But the more people that use this, the more information gets out there on the internet about it, how to fine tune it and tweak it, the easier it will become to set it up, because as a community we'll kind of work out what works and what doesn't work. And I guess part of it is the language barrier. Like, the app is translated into English, but the translation isn't perfect, so it does make it a little bit tricky, but it doesn't make it impossible. And yeah, it's certainly not stopped me from having fun today, and the gears work fine. Right, let's carry on. I was thinking, like, I'm riding along very casually at the moment, shifting gears, working fine. I can't just be doing a casual gear changey test on this group set. I have to be like smashing through the gears as if I'm like in a crit and I'm going for a sprint. So I'm like, so basically I was just doing it, and I'm pleased to report back that the gears still work fine, which you'd hope. The last thing you want is you're lining up for a final sprint, you're going to win a race, and then your gears slip, or they jump, or they don't sit in. I mean, it's just, well, one, it's annoying, and two, it's dangerous. And they don't do any of that. And I have not fine-tuned these gears. And when I say fine-tune, there's like a tiny on one of them, you know? And you can go into the app and you can individually like eliminate that. I just need to work out, like I said, with the like values for the gears, what that means and how that works. But as far as shifting, like, oh, it's like really responsive. The front feels really nice. It is just, I don't know. It just does what it should do, and that's what gears should do. They should just work. I noticed that out the box, my SRAM is faster to shift than my Shimano Di2. Shimano, you can change that speed by like doing various things to it. Like the WheelTop one is more similar to the speed of the SRAM as standard, but again, you can put it in race mode, which then speeds everything up, but that does drain your battery more, and also there's no standby mode in race mode. So if you're going out and you put your bike to the side, that thing is going to keep draining the battery. If you leave it overnight, it's going to drain the battery. So make sure you turn race mode off after you've used it for a bit, otherwise you're going to wake up to a flat battery. I suppose we should talk about the brakes. The brakes on this bike do look very funky. They've got like this dimpled like pattern. So if these brakes were made by Ceramic Speed or Speedplay or someone like that, they would say that those dimples are for aero reasons, and they'd give you like an extra like 2 watts at 7,000 kilometers an hour, like over 50 kilometers. I mean, they might have said that and just didn't translate it, but I don't think they do, you know? They just look really nice. They also work really well. I mean, it's just like a disc brake, and it just works. I've been descending at like 60, 70 kilometers an hour today, and it's been fine. No issues with the stopping power of these at all. So let's just take a moment away from the group set. Oh my God. Let me just show you what's a really bad idea. You guys all know this anyway. But look, yeah, we've got a lovely, lovely, lovely crit bike. Deep wheels, like aero everything, you know, like aluminium, stiff, responsive. And then you've got loads of gravel, and it's like, it's a little bit rattly, you know. Anyway, I'm going to stop waffling because I waffle far too much in videos. I think this group set's really good. I'm still in the like testing process. I mean, what, I've done like 50k on it, you know. Let's talk after 1000k. But the first 50k have been an absolute pleasure. So if you're looking for a new group set, definitely give WheelTop a look. I'd say it's definitely worth a look, especially for the price. Like, yes, it's not as easy to set up as SRAM or Shimano. If you're taking it to your local bike shop, they might have a few more difficulties than they would with SRAM or Shimano, but hopefully, as more people use it and there becomes more information about it, that we get less of these issues and it becomes more straightforward process. Let me know what you guys think. Are you still going to go buy Campag, SRAM or Shimano, or would you try WheelTop? Right, hope you guys enjoyed this. Remember to like, comment and subscribe. Have a lovely week, and I'll catch you guys very soon. Bye.